The real secret to positioning yourself as the expert. It's not what you think. Does talking to potential clients ever feel like talking to a teenager? You know, they're looking right at you. You know you're talking, but your client or your teenager doesn't seem to even have noticed your lips moving, let alone taking in the importance of what you're saying. It's enough to drive you bonkers, especially when you know you're good at what you do. So how do you become the obvious choice for the clients you want, the ones who already appreciate the value of what you bring and who are ready to pay for what you're worth? If that's a question that you'd like answered, I went deep on it with David Shriner-Cahn in his podcast, Smashing the Plateau. There's a link in your show notes. In the podcast, we talk about the one thing that nearly every expert gets wrong when trying to sell their services and why it's costing them clients left and right. Why positioning yourself as the go-to authority is not about talking up your credentials or your years of experience, and what actually works instead. The surprising reason your potential clients aren't jumping at your free offers. Now, this one might sting, but it's a game changer once you fix it. How your background in corporate life might actually be holding you back and what to do to break free from those limiting habits. The hidden value you don't even know you're bringing to the table, and how recognizing it can transform your business. I've seen this revelation triple my clients' fees. Why your marketing is blending in with the noise from your competitors, and how to finally stand out without sounding salesy or inauthentic. And here's more good news. Positioning yourself as an expert is not about throwing more information or content at people. It's about understanding how to make your message land with the right people, the ones who already see your value or who are millimeters away from seeing it and who want to work with you. That is what this episode is all about. As I say, there's a link to Smashing the Plateau in the show notes. If you're like most people who get this newsletter, and if you don't get the newsletter by email, there's a link in your show notes, you're ready to stop chasing clients and to start attracting them. In which case, this podcast episode is for you. Let me know what you think. Stephen. P.S. Have you ever wondered why clients hire you and what they really value most? You might be shocked by the answer, and we cover that in the podcast too. P.P.S. If you've been struggling to put clear space between yourself and your competitors, explaining your value in a way your clients grasp, you need the training Trudy Rankin and I have made for you. Yes, you. How to convince and convert high-value clients with magnetic messaging is now an on-demand training, and it is game-changing. You've been watching or listening to The Obvious Choice, the Taylor's podcast, read by me, Stephen Lewis. As I've said, all the links are in the show notes. So that's the links to my episode on Smashing the Plateau, the links to Yes You, and the link to sign up to this email newsletter to get your own copy directly to your inbox.